Hey, everybody, I'm Jordan Zeller with the East Central Regional Development Commission. We serve Chisago, Isanti, Kanabat, Mille Lacs, and Pine counties. Today, we are doing a training on business databases. So what you see here today, not exactly guaranteed to work for everybody in every location, but we're going to give you the nickel tour and show you what we know. If it doesn't work for you, let me know, and we'll find an appointment, or we'll make an appointment, find a time for us to sit down and work on these together. The sticky wicket is probably about 15 years ago or so. I was at an economic development conference, and the speaker said, you need to get a library card. Because if you have a library card, most of our large library systems, it's too big, too expensive for one library, but the systems have membership in some of these business databases. So with that being said, I've got been playing with this for a while. So I, through my local library, I got an account, a library card, and went in there, I think it was last spring, one of these snowy days, and they sat down with me and showed me what I'm going to show you. And until, just like anything else, until you play with it for a little while, you don't quite have it mastered, but somewhere to start from. So I am going to share my screen. Up, 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 up. All right. So I don't know if everybody can see this, but this is called Reference Solutions. And with your, at least with my membership or my library card, I got access to this. What you didn't see is I had to put in the username and password and all that stuff. But there are businesses that are databases that are out there, and you can sift and sort. So I'm going to go through US businesses. So there are currently 93 million US businesses. You can sort by Canadian. You can sort by new businesses, as in the date that they were established. So we're just going to start with US businesses. And this is Reference Solutions. We're going to hit Advanced Search. And here we go. We can search by all types of criteria. You can search by company name, legal name, executive name, executive title, executive gender, ethnicity. You can sort by NAICS or SIC codes or major industry group. You can sort by geography. You can do a map-based, a city or a state, metro, zip codes, radius. You want to have all the businesses within 20 miles of your physical address, street address, neighborhood, mailing address. You can sort by telephone number, ownership, financial data. You can sort by all types of things. So what we're going to do is, let's just make this easy, that we want to sort, and we want to do all the businesses in Brook Park, Minnesota. And if you know where Brook Park is, you know that there's a lot of businesses in Brook Park. So we are going to go by city and state. So we're going to go to Brook Park. And we're going to go to Brook Park, Minnesota. There we go. And then we are going to view results. And we're going to give it a minute. And there are 38 businesses in Brook Park. Now, here's the interesting thing. There's a term we have out on the farm. It's called, you get the fleas with the dog. So you're going to find ATMs on there. They are not technically a business. Some of these businesses may be closed. Some of these businesses may be real estate holding companies. Nancy Hoffman Manufacturing may have a real estate company called Nancy Co. owning the building, but Nancy Hoffman Manufacturing Company owns the business. So again, you get the fleas with the dog. So you get the name of the business, the manager, owner, address, city, state, and zip on these. Some of these are not going to be businesses. You're going to have the fire department and the city hall, but they've got all these. So here's what we're going to do. We want to download these into an Excel spreadsheet. So we click on the top one to select all of them. And then we go to page 2 with our slow internet. And we're going to click on everything on page 2. And then we are going to click download. And then we're going to download them to Excel and a detailed list and download records. And all right, we're going to open that. I think we're opening that. Can everyone see the Excel spreadsheet? Are you seeing that? No. All right, so we're going to stop the share and we're going to go back and try to share the Excel spreadsheet. There we are. So friends, you are going to see more information than you ever possibly wanted to see on a business. So you download it, all of them are put together. And okay, we're not really interested in the post office. Okay, we delete that cell. We are interested in East Central Lock and Key. So you've got the heading, the parent company, if there is a parent company, if this is a subsidiary, the executive's first and last name, what their title is. Are they owner? You can see up above, it's manager, CEO, male or female, the address, city, state, zip code, the carrier route, I have no idea what that is. The delivery point barcode, I don't know what that is, but they have what county they're in, a telephone number, website if they have one, and we're not guaranteeing, or they're not guaranteeing that if they have a website, it's going to be on here, but some may have it. They have the primary SIC code, what they do, the description, it's lock and locksmith. Primary that they appeared, so we know that that business started somewhere around 2011. The SIC code, what that information is. All kinds of information going out to several SIC codes because the business may do multiple things. It may be pizza restaurant, it may be pizza delivery, it may be frozen pizzas, all that kind of stuff. So just know that there's a lot of info here. The primary NAICS code, the secondary NAICS code. So we're just looking through all of this. The number of employees, it won't tell you the specific number, but it gives a range. This one has 1 to 4 employees. You can see the business up above. That's 5 to 9 employees. So you can get a feel roughly for what they're doing.
Yeah.
Location, employee, actual size. So that is probably a little bit more detailed on numbers. That says there's 1 person. This one has 1 to 4, they say. Their actual number is 3. Now, how this is reported and when it's reported beats me. So if you're filling out a report and you need to know how many people are there, you may still want to pick up a telephone call, but it's designed to give you at least a ballpark guess of how many employees. The sales volume range. So this will tell you the range, and this will tell you the dollar figure, how many dollars in sales. Is that true to life and accurate? Where do they get the info? I know none of the answers to that, but that will give you roughly the dollar figure range that this business had actual sales of 118,000. This business up here had sales of $3.122 million, or so they say. This business had $1.159 million in sales. So it should give you a ballpark of how big the business is. So looking at this, it's a private business, not publicly traded. How many locations? Single locations. And again, I am not 100% positive on all this stuff, but apparently they have the EIN number. Are they on the Fortune 1000? Apparently no businesses in Brook Park are on the Fortune 1000. When was it last updated? How many years have they been in the database? The year they were established. Again, some businesses have info and some don't. The square footage that they have there, is it a home-based business? Okay, this is starting to creep me out a little bit, but they have credit scores. Not exactly like a business credit score that Laney's credit is 814 and Nancy's credit is 812 and Bob's credit is 407. Doesn't have info like that, but it has what you see A, B, C. So if you are going to be doing any business loans to them, okay, there's a start of a credit report, at least how these folks rate it. And the details, the background of how that works, I honestly don't know. So taking a look at more information here, what days they're open, what hours they're open. And again, I wouldn't bet my life on that. Who are the executives? And this goes down several rows. Executive 5, Executive 6, Executive 7. So you are downloading and you can see how many columns. We are in column GE. So you're getting a lot of data and you can just simply go in and edit from there.
Jordan, is there a way to, for folks to sort this database too?
I mean,
is this spread?
We'll go through that here in just a little bit here. So executive gender, all that kind of information. We're looking at executive number 29, executive number 30, 37. I'm just fast forwarding here. But the top 50 executives, their accounting expenses, advertising expenses, computer expenses, contract labor expense, insurance expense, legal expense, management administrative expenses, package container expenses, payroll and benefits expenses. You can find a lot of data about businesses. Yes, it's creepy, but you get the fleas with the dog here. Telecom, utilities, their mailing address, if they have one separate. If they have a Facebook page, there is a link to their Facebook page. Going back here, I don't know what some of this is. Are they a federal contractor? Some of them are. This is a construction company that I'm looking at now. They are have federal contracts. So you can find out pretty much anything and everything you want to know about a business, but we're just too afraid to ask. Then I'm going to stop sharing that. And I am going to share screen. And we are going to go back in here. And then we're going to do a new search. And we're going to show you. So that was a search by geography. You can also, like Bob said, sift and sort. And that computer's thinking. So let's say we're Nancy Hoffman and we want to look just in Chisago County and we want to look for all the banks. So we can do that. So we are going to look in county. So the first county is Minnesota, and we want Chisago. Okay. Then we want to look by keyword. And we're going to search all the SIC codes and we're going to put bank. And we're going to search. Banks. There we are. So now we've got two attributes. We've got Chisago County, Minnesota, and banks. And we're going to click view results. So if you are looking for, Nancy does her banker breakfast, lender breakfast every fall. There you go. You can update and see who's on the list for that. You can also do a nationwide or a statewide search if you're trying to recruit manufacturing businesses. Same deal. You can do a search like that. So here we go. According to this, there are 16 banks. And as mentioned, you sometimes get the fleas with the dog. You've got Associated Bank. You've got Community Bank. You've got Dadewood's Deli or Dadewood's Cafe Deli. I would not call that a bank, but hey, go for it. First Resource Bank, First State Bank of Wyoming shows up twice. Lake Area Bank, Midwest One, Neighborhood, Northwood Security State Agency, which I believe is an insurance agency, Thrivent Financial. Since there is a Thrivent Bank and there's Thrivent agents, I'm assuming they're technically a satellite office. Chisago City office, I'm assuming that's US Bank, and Unity Bank. So you can download by certain industries. Now, same deal, you can download the data just like we did before. I won't go through all that, but we can also search, do a new search. So let's say we are Laney and we're in Mille Lacs County, and we want to find a dentist to try to recruit some dentists to come to Mille Lacs County. So thinking it would probably be best and easiest if we find a dentist office within driving distance of Mille Lacs County that they can come in and set up a satellite office. So we are going to search by SIC, and we're going to type in dentist. We are going to search. And let's see here. We have dentist resumes, dentist information bureaus, dentist service organization, bureaus, dental equipment manufacturers, dental equipment supply, dental equipment repair, dental hygienist. Let's do that. Dental practice management and consultants, dental schools, information laboratories. So we also want to have orthodontics, oral surgeons, and don't need any dental schools, periodontic dentists. Okay, then we want to look at geography, and we want to do county. So we scroll down to county, and we're going to do Minnesota. And you can do it within a mileage too, but let's do Sherburne County, because that is a neighbor of Laney there in Mille Lacs County. Let's also take a look at doing Stearns, because that's not far out of the way. Stearns, and let's do Sherburne.
You throw Crowing in there.
We already did Sherburne. Sherburne and Stearns. Yeah. We were going to do
Crowing to the north there, you know.
Yeah, let's do Benton too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And let's do Crowing. All right, there we go. And then we click review results. Doody-doody-doody-doo. So it's thinking. So this is a nice way of creating a database if you don't already have one of your local businesses, and you'll have to go through line item by line item, picking things out. Like here, some of these, there's multiples. But we've got a list of 75 results of dentists. And again, we can select as it loads. Then you can build your own database, add email addresses, go online and do a little searching. You can send them paper letters. Dear Dr. So-and-so, hi, my name is Laney. I'm with Mille Lacs County Economic Development. We are currently have a shortage of dentists. Would love to help you find a location and help you get set up with all kinds of programs and services, yada, yada, and you can go out and do some marketing. So our internet's just a wee tad slow, but you get the picture on that one. So let's just start over here on a new search and see what other kind of fun tools we can do. So if you want to find just for your city and state. So let's just say you are from Pine City, or you're from Hinckley. I see Mark's on. And we have Hinckley, Minnesota. And there we go. So it is pulling up the list. That can't be right. Oh, excuse me. We have 263 businesses, 18 with email addresses. So you can buy email addresses, but like you see, that is less than 10% have email addresses. You may have some already, so you're going to kind of have to go and play sleuth on that. And as you see here, again, you get the fleas with the dog. There's a slew of ATMs. Some of these businesses may be closed. So here's an interesting thing. You can only download so many at a time. So in this case, you can download, select all of them in the first 25, go to page 2, select all of them, and you can only download, I believe, 10 pages at a time. So you might have to download it in 2 chunks, but know that you can do that kind of stuff. And some of these may be outdated. They still have the railroad as Burlington Northern, which is BNSF these days. But this one shows up twice, D&E heating and DE heating. But it takes a little elbow grease, but you can get things put together. Yeah. Is there any questions? Anything you want me to dive into a little bit? But
well, Jordan, I'd be kind of interested a little bit. I saw that you can sort by the type of entity it is, you know, public or private, or because you had mentioned the post office. Just out of curiosity, I mean, can we sort by local units of government? And or is that not? I didn't see that field on there, but it'd be interesting to see if you picked on a county to, you know, see how complete the database is with the, you know, like in Chisago County, what is there, Nancy, 10 cities, I think? Yeah.
So let's take a look and see what we find. And again, our email or our internet is slow as molasses here. So we are trying to get back to a new search. Doody 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 doo. So yeah, it is kind of scary the amount of info that they're pulling up on you, or on businesses.
That's got to be a pretty big database.
Yeah, and where they get the information from, I don't know. I know you can order databases for X number of dollars from the Secretary of State, all the businesses that are registered in your city or county or whatever.
The legal ones.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, if you're just a sole proprietor and not registered at all through the state, you don't have an LLC or certificate of assumed name or any of that kind of stuff, yeah, you may not show up. Well, friends, I don't know. Our internet
I don't know.
Isn't coming up here. There we go. Okay, so we want to go by industry group. So we can nail this down. Public administration.
Well, there you go.
And then we want to go by county. And let's do Chisago. See if there's any cities that Nancy hasn't heard of yet.
Yeah.
Results.
Oh, it's got all the townships in there and everything.
Oh, we've got the fire department in Almalund. The sheriffs must have a substation in Almalund. The township office, the Almalund Fire Department,
Well, they break that down.
And they're, well, okay, the fire department's in there twice. Fire and rescue. Yeah. The county administrator, the county assessor, the county attorney, the auditor, the board of commissioners. Well, they still got Bruce Messelt's name in. County council.
Dennis Freed too, he's no longer there.
City of Harris. City of North Branch still has Carlo there.
Yeah, I wonder how often they freshen this up.
Still have John at Lindstrom. The Minnesota Correctional Facility in Wyoming.
Or in, not in Wyoming, in Rush City. Huh, that's funny.
Unless they got a office there for something.
Yeah,
Wild River State Park. Rob's on there. Rob Linwood. Yeah. So you can sort and go through stuff, and it's casting a net, and it's kind of up to you to sift and sort it out. But that'll come out with the same info when you download the Excel spreadsheet.
I wonder how they get that for the communities, because there were a lot of old, they must not update them annually.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hmm.
But it should give you a list of most of the big, you know, for if
Yeah,
you're looking for
it's a good
businesses,
start.
somewhere to start from.
Yeah, I was thinking of the cities.
Yeah.
So if
They're a
you
little
want to get a library card, if you don't have one, and get set up with your local library system to get that, and you know, I'm guessing that you know, if you offer a training to businesses, that you know, Nancy's manufacturing, she manufactures spoons, and if she sells directly to customers, you know, if you want to find every restaurant and every store that would sell spoons retail, you could put together quite a database for doing your mailings or whatever. So I think that would probably be a pretty handy tool. And if you can't get a database or get a library card, or your library doesn't have access, you want me to help, just let me know. We'll set up an appointment and we can do this online. Excuse me. So happy to help, but stand for any questions, comments, things you want me to look up and check on. So, all right. Well, you got the basics, I think, until you play with it. You know, I've been playing with it here for about 6 months. Thought we'd maybe do a training, and the more you play with it, the better you get at it and find the new features. But that was what the librarian told me was the best. The reference company was the best one, had the most up-to-date data. But there are others too. And of course, the price is free with your local library card. I guess it's not free. You're already paying for it with your, you know, through tax dollars funding the libraries, but it's a tool and doesn't cost to get it. So last call for questions or comments or concerns or thoughts. All right. With that, thank you very much. If there's anything we can do to help, just let me know. And we're happy to do whatever we can to assist.